Warning, this podcast contains the Phoenix Stone. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the STN on TV podcast for the Vampire Diaries, Season 7. Wow. Episode 2, Never Let Me Go. I'm your host, Dom. With me, my co-host, Nikki.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
And Kim.
Hi.
A.K.A. B.
A.K.A. Lawn Gnome.
A.K.A. Lawn Gnome. How's it going?
I'm sick.
Oh, are you okay?
No.
Oh, all right. That's good. So, this episode. It was actually kind of interesting because I think this was the first time ever that we all sat in the same room and watched the episode. That's kind of cool. So, what do you guys think of it?
Stuff.
I think you're muted.
Yeah. I think she's...
Sorry.
Yeah.
People.
Okay, then.
Okay. I was like...
So that's what you thought of the episode, was people?
Yeah. I said it, I thought it was good, but...
Excellent. So, Alaric has this wonderful little Phoenix Stone. He finally mans up and talks to Bonnie about it.
Oh, Alaric.
I don't even know why he did. He was gonna fucking use it anyways.
Right, but at least now he knows what it is.
He was trying to get a semi-second opinion. I guess he was trying to see if it was real. That was the whole thing, because that's why he kept going to all those people, and they all kept lying through their teeth because, 99% of those people are fake, and they're just trying to get you money.
I mean, they're all just like, yeah, that's... Oh, I feel the power. Oh my god, this thing is so powerful. And then Bonnie's like, okay, I don't feel anything. He's like, okay, you're the most honest one so far.
And then, boom!
Yeah, so she's like, oh, but it could have a cloak spell, whatever, and... Oh, hold on, let me take a deeper look. And then she starts getting all these flashes of murder and blood and evil.
Mm-hmm.
She does not get a good vibe, so she tells Alaric to destroy it, with like hydrofluoric acid or something. And he's like, yeah, I got that.
He's like, yeah, I did that.
No.
No.
That doesn't surprise me with Alaric, though.
No, he continuously keeps getting him into shit. Purely because he's like, oh, well, I want this.
Mm-hmm.
I want this so bad, I'm going to do something stupid.
Yeah.
And then, I know I shouldn't.
We see at the end of the episode, though, he tests it on a corpse at the morgue. Right? And it reanimates the corpse until he takes the stone off of their chest. So we already know his motivation for using it. Last week, he talked about bringing Joe back from the dead.
Mm-hmm.
So at what cost?
Well, he's going to shove it in her chest.
It looks like it has to be attached to her in order for it to work.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably going to make it so it's a permanent thing or have it made into an amulet or something, because other than that, I don't think there's a way to actually get it to stay on her before. Otherwise, she'll just like flop over again and be like, I'm dead.
I was going to say fashion into jewelry. That's kind of like the staple of this show is, all the supernatural creatures have... Be it daylight rings to walk in the daylight, or moon rings to prevent transformation. Not necessarily the show, but the same universe. And other ones used for different warding spells and things like that. So jewelry seems like the best option to me.
Yeah.
My worry is that, I mean, we obviously only saw like a few, like a minute of the person, reanimating. But I don't know how coherent she's going to be. I wonder if she's going to be more zombie-like than, acting like a person. I think there's going to be some consequences to
of course
using
there is.
it. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah. But is it going to... she going to be like evil or something? Being that it looks like the amulet has got some darkness going on with it.
It's going to be like any bringing anything back from the death. There's always going to be darkness in them. There's no way you can completely bring that person back. You can't without being corrupted or tainted in any way. They're always going to be different. And I really think that a Lark should know that.
Probably better than anyone.
Yeah.
He knows, like in the back of his brain, the back of his brain he's going, you're being stupid. But he is so grief-stricken, I guess is what it was.
I mean, this isn't the first time either. Like,
no.
Alarg's been through this, like, over and over and over again. Because in season 1, was it season 1 that he came in? No, season 2? I don't remember now. It's been a while.
It wasn't season 1, that's for sure.
Well,
I think it was the end of season 1. He was just.
I think he was around, and he was around in season 1, but he didn't become a major character until season 2.
Yeah, I don't really remember now, to be completely honest. But he, he's grieving the loss of his wife, and then he found his wife, and she wanted nothing to do with him, and she was a vampire, and then he found out that it was Damon, and so it's just been like this downhill emotion for him, and then he had Jenna, Elena's, what was it, aunt?
Her aunt, yeah.
Her aunt.
And then we lost Jenna, and like he had to grieve with that, and then on top of it, he was killed. He had to deal with going to the other side. He was possessed by Klaus. Do you remember the first time we met Klaus was in Alaric's body?
Yeah.
Like, Alaric has been through so much on the show. Like he's been in, at this point, losing Joe. It's a snapping point. He doesn't care anymore.
I guess that's exactly what it is. He gives no more shits.
Yeah.
No, he wants what he wants. I mean, he's like, I've been through enough shit. I should be able to have happiness, kind of thing. So he's going to do whatever it takes, and damn the consequences.
Those consequences aren't going to be pretty, though.
No.
Oh, no, it's going to come to bite him in the ass.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And everyone else is going to have to deal with it because the consequences are going to spread across everyone, and they're going to be like, oh, look, you're retarded.
Well, I mean, we know that Lily is looking for the Phoenix Stone. So that's going to cause some problems. Lily doesn't give a shit either. She wants that stone back. And she doesn't care if Joe's going to die in the process.
I'm curious if she wants the stone back for Malcolm.
Malcolm's ashes right now. He's in an urn. Remember?
Yeah, they burned him.
Yeah.
But Phoenix Stone, the Phoenix rises from the ashes. You think there's any way that the Phoenix Stone mixed with the ashes would reassemble Malcolm?
Maybe, but I mean, I think the only, connection to Phoenix in this point would be bringing something back from the dead, not from ashes.
Yeah. And she wanted it before that incident. So
yes.
She wanted it for something.
It may have just been like a security measure kind of thing, but we don't know for sure.
I mean, oh yeah, never mind. I'm getting ahead of myself. Go ahead.
Okay, then.
Now I know what you're going to say.
Nope.
Yeah, well, speaking of people that are just kind of going on their actions, Damon is kind of being punished now indirectly by Caroline being the one kidnapped for his actions. So
they had no idea it was Damon and Bonnie.
Right.
So they just thought it was the people who were still there already.
Right, yeah, but Damon, at least he tries to trade himself for Caroline.
Yeah, which, I mean, I kind of got it. The way that he was talking to his mom, he's like, I did it, so, take me instead. Mm-hmm. And then she gave this whole speech where, like, you're selfish, and I'm taking your toys away. And he's like, I'm thinking, well, he fessed up to it. She was saying that he never fessed up to anything, and he fessed up to that. So I didn't get her logic, but, I mean, it's working.
That was horrible. Like I really thought, I'm like, wow, you're an ass as a mother. That's all I could. I'm like, okay, I understand you're trying. I understood that she was trying to get the kids to do what she wanted them to do.
Manipulate. Yeah.
But I'm like, that's almost semi traumatizing. Okay, I'm gonna take your stuff.
In Lily's mind, Stefan and Damon are not her kids.
No. Yeah.
She birthed them, but they're not her kids anymore. Her family is the heretics.
And yet she's taking their toys away like she's their mother.
Though the way she made that sound was she never ever felt like she was their mother.
Right.
You know, she's very just. I don't know. Just I don't like her. I just don't. I mean, I do, but I don't. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense.
She's one of those villains that you love to hate.
No,
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Nikki
I love
just
to hate
hates.
a lot. I have a love to hate
Nikki just
for a
hates
lot
her.
of characters.
Nikki just hates her. There's no love involved.
Actually, I don't hate her either. It's just I think she's a useless character, to be honest.
She's the means to an end. That doesn't necessarily make her useless. She's the middleman.
I guess. It just,
Yeah.
She's the bridge between, because without her there would be no heretics, kind of, So
It's
she,
true.
And she's
she
the
serves a
connection
purpose.
to yeah. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I definitely could see her character becoming a little bit more important. I mean, right now, you're right. She's kind of like this middle. I'm the connection to everything that pulls everything together. So I have a purpose, but you don't like me.
she holds everything together, but she also brings it all fucking down too.
Oh yeah.
And she adding her didn't fill many holes. It actually added some more.
Mm.
So I think that's my problem with her in general, her character.
We will definitely be getting more, because I know next week we're getting a 1863 flashback, so
Yeah.
some of those holes will be filled in. But as for this, Damon tries to forcefully get Caroline back and realizes he can't enter his own house.
Yeah, that would really piss me off.
Yeah. So his new plan now is to find the owner and kill them. Problem being that owner is Matt.
Yep.
They drained him of Vervain, compelled him, and then him back on Vervain doesn't destroy the old compulsion. It only prevents a new compulsion. So...
Poor Matt. He gets pulled into all of this shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Continuously he keeps trying to get out of it, but it just he's like, oh, I fucking hate you.
You know what? No, he didn't try to get out of it this time. He stayed.
He did. I mean,
He
Damon's
stayed.
not exactly going to kill him, right?
No.
And it's not. He's not doing it for the benefit of Damon. He's doing this for Caroline this time, somebody he actually cares about.
Mm-hmm.
So, it makes sense that Matt would be like, oh, yeah, I'll help. I'm not going to run off. I'm not going to bitch and complain about it. He trusts Bonnie. Bonnie's got his back. He's like, I could be out for, 10 minutes with before permanent brain
6.
damage?
It's 6 minutes
Was it
before
6?
your brain.
6?
Yeah.
Okay. And so Bonnie's like, all right, we will magically stop your heart temporarily. You'll be out for no more than, 10 seconds? 30 seconds? I think it was 10.
Yeah, she said 10, I think.
She said 10. Yeah, she said something like that.
So, they go through with it. Bonnie temporarily stops his heart and starts having flashes from the Phoenix Stone, revealing the X that we see on Bo and Stefan in the future is involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bonnie ends up blacking out. She's out for about 5.5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And in the meantime, Caroline's rescue attempt is going really bad. We find out that Caroline's skin has been spelled with Vervain, so no one could really touch her. That's very unfortunate.
Well, she thought it was a protection attempt
Yeah.
of some sort.
It kind of was.
It was,
in
but
the
it
smallest
wasn't.
sense. Because, not only did it protect her from the heretic's sister, but also, prevents all the other vampires that she's close to touch her. So it is protecting her against the heretics, but also preventing any connection with her friends.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand how any magic protects anything from the heretics, because they could absorb any magic, as we saw with the protection spell over Elena's coffin.
Does that work with heretic magic versus heretic magic?
I don't know.
See, that's a good point. Maybe it's different with their own magic.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, you're right. You would think, I'm like, oh, well, whatever. Just go. Bloop. But, or maybe they have a rule between each other that you don't mess up the other one's spell.
Who gives a shit about rules, really? Do you think those guys give a shit about rules?
I don't think they would know,
care.
though. Would they
Well,
know?
they care. I mean, they care about each other. I mean,
But would they know where a spell came from before absorbing it? I don't think they stopped to question that.
Well,
When she touched Caroline, she was like, God damn it, Valerie. She got so mad. She knew who it was.
Well, yeah, but I mean, in that particular situation, because who else in the house is going to do it? But I just mean out in the world, if a spell was out somewhere that, let's say Valerie went to, the Mystic Grill, and cast a spell over the door or whatever. Are they going to be like, God damn it, Valerie? You know, they're not going to necessarily know. They could, for all they know, Bonnie could have did that.
Well,
You know?
every bit of magic has its own kind of like fingerprint. So I'm guessing they're able to sense that because Bonnie can too.
True.
Yeah, I guess. But in the meantime, while all this is going on, Nora starts exploring through the Salvatore house and comes across Stefan's old diary. Well, one of his many old diaries, I should say. And finds a little entry about when Stefan met Valerie. And flaunts it to Caroline. How Stefan thought that Valerie was the most wonderful girl he ever met.
Problem is, it sounds like a momentary crush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can
Kinda
only
like-
imagine knowing how Caroline overreacts to everything.
Well,
That's not going to go well.
No, we kind of know that doesn't go well. Future and all that stuff.
Yes.
well, but we don't know if that's the reason why she hates him.
Right.
There
that
could be
is
numerous other reasons why she hates him.
Yeah,
is
well.
But yeah, we got our 3-year jump this episode to see Caroline in action. She works for some kind of news company as a newscaster or production manager or something along those lines. Her assistant comes up and says that her fiance wants to go to Mystic Falls, and she's just like, that's not possible. So we could assume that the heretics are still alive 3 years in the future, and the truce is still in effect.
Yeah.
So that's what we can kind of take away from that. We also find out that Stefan called, which I know many people out there were probably assuming that Caroline's fiance was Stefan, but as soon as they said her fiance and not Stefan, I instantly knew it wasn't Stefan. So she goes, I never want to hear his name again. So what the hell happens? Like,
Well, we're not supposed to know right now.
I know, but we can speculate.
We can speculate.
I think it had to be something super serious. I mean, I know she overreacts over crap, but she also gets over stuff eventually. So I would think it would have to be something really big for her to be like, I don't ever want to talk to you ever again. Screw you.
I think
Unless
it has to
it
do
was a
with the
recent
mark.
thing.
I think it has a lot to do with the mark.
It could. I don't
And
know, but
also-
we see the assistant take a stake to the neck.
Yeah.
Caroline takes one to the chest.
Mhm.
I'm assuming it didn't hit her heart. So, it still drops her. But it's like there's, I don't know, there's a lot going on there. So at the end of last week's episode, when we saw, the girl, like, hunting down Stefan, I thought that was going to be Caroline. That was my instinct first reaction was Caroline. Because it looked like she had blonde hair. It was a female, and I'm like, what other blonde-haired females do we know? Besides Rebecca.
I could tell it was female, but I didn't know you picked up on the blonde. I didn't even
I didn't see the color of the hair. It just looked. She was just in the shadows. You
Yeah.
could tell she was female. She was.
It was shadows, but it was
Tall-ish.
really light hair. So,
I mean, 3 years have passed. Anybody could dye their hair. They could have the blackest hair as night.
right,
you
but
know,
they were
and-
they were fairly tall, too. They weren't short like necessarily Bonnie. They were, like, tall and slender, so it was more like it fit Caroline's frame than anything. So Caroline was my first pick, but I was just like, Caroline's too obvious. Like if Stefan's running away from a girl, and Caroline's pissed off at him or whatever, that would seem kind of obvious. So this episode kind of squashed that. So that was my number one theory, and I think that's their intention, was to leave us with that, is to make us think it was Caroline, and then leave us here. So now the one that I'm instantly thinking of is Joe.
That's what I was thinking, that something's going to happen with this whole Phoenix Stone. But the problem is we also know something was going on previously, because we've seen this mark already before.
On Bo, yeah.
Yeah. So whatever this is, maybe it is like a chain of things. Maybe obviously all of this has to do with this Phoenix Stone. I'm almost pretty sure on that.
Yeah, well,
So this Phoenix Stone has been around for quite some time, and so it is possible that maybe it's past hands, and whoever is control of the Phoenix Stone, or whatever zombie fiedness it gives off to whatever, becomes like a hunter of some sort.
It could be. Or it could be a family heirloom of the Gemini Coven, which
Or
ties
that
back to Joe.
That was another thing we were saying. Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it could be a link to another spell, another curse, kind of like the Moonstone was. Which unlocked Klaus's hybridness. So, I mean, it's not gonna be like that, but I think it's an ingredient to a spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that this can't possibly be it, but I would love if that ended up being Elena.
I was actually thinking that they're gonna allude that it's gonna be Elena, and that the Phoenix Stone is somehow gonna bypass Kai's spell.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, maybe instead of when she's unconscious or like when she's dead, when Bonnie's dead, Elena's alive. Maybe it's like when she's sleeping, when Bonnie's sleeping, Elena's alive, and when Elena's sleeping, Bonnie's alive, kind of thing. They have to switch on and off.
Switch back and forth. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
But though when the first episode when Damien wakes up,
Who?
he gets. Did I say the wrong?
You said Damien.
Did I?
Yeah. You just offended Dom so much right now.
Sorry. My bad.
So when little Nicky...
Little Nicky. Anyways, shut up. Leave me alone. Damon wakes up. There's a coffin next to him. We assume that's Elena.
We assume, yeah.
Just assume. And he gets all mad, saying, well, why didn't you wait for me to wake me up? You supposed to wait 60 years. And then she shows up. So, I mean, I guess it's still plausible because Stefan doesn't really have a chance to explain anything.
Yeah.
No, but Damon seemed like he knew who it was.
Oh, she's back.
They both, they did both need, but yeah. So for it to be Elena, I don't think it would have been the same reaction.
No, that's what I said. It couldn't possibly be Elena, but I would love it to be.
Oh no, that is it's very interesting thought process.
Because having her corrupted by the Phoenix Stone or something, or for all we know, they could do Elena through a loophole somehow. Is like somehow she got transferred into the stone, but it's somebody else's body and they don't know it's Elena, kind of deal.
Oh, because it wasn't.
Time traveling.
Like the Phoenix Stone may resurrect whoever's body, like reanimate the body, but it has the consciousness of, whoever's in the stone or whatever power the stone is linked to, but it has access to the corpse's memories and things like that, so it could pretend to be somebody else.
Okay.
We don't know the full potential of this stone yet, so.
No,
we do not.
We just know there's a dark past to it.
Yeah.
And it brings dead people back, of some sort, in some way.
Yeah. But what do you think's gonna go on with Elena's casket?
Well, I mean, Lily already said just dump her in the river.
Right.
Pretty much.
I don't know if she did it though.
I don't know if she did either, but she played it off to Damon like she just hit her. But maybe she just did dump her in the river and left it at that and just told Damon she's on the other side of the world. Go look. Get out of my fucking hair.
I would laugh really hard if she's exactly where she left her.
He checked.
Oh.
But it's cloaked.
We're cloaking.
Oh, right.
I'd laugh really hard if she's been there the whole time and hasn't moved.
I would be surprised at all. I'd be surprised it's just cloaking. I honestly don't think she's going to actually throw her in the river. Because I think she's going to use it as a bargaining chip. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Apparently I can't talk today.
You've been watching too much Big Hero 6. Yeah. So anything else for this episode? You had something you were saying at the beginning, Nikki, but then you're like, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, you stopped.
So even though we probably covered it, I'm curious as to what that was.
We didn't cover it.
We didn't? Okay, what was it?
It had to do with the lingering heretic that we're going to meet next episode. I'm just going to leave that for next episode.
The number 6.
Mm-hmm. Damon tries to take care of him. That's all we know. That's his bargaining chip to get
they want to
Elena
trade.
back.
Yeah.
They want to trade that for Elena and Caroline.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure how that's going to work.
I mean, I want to know. I mean, obviously, we're probably going to figure out why is he not with the others.
He looks like he was trying to live a normal freaking life. he didn't want to have anything to do with their shenanigans. He looked like he was a teacher of some sort, to be honest.
In the
Makes-
preview?
Yeah.
I don't know if are we sure that is the heretic?
I don't know, but I mean,
We're led to believe it is through the preview,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I don't know for sure.
I mean, if that's the truth, it makes me feel bad a little bit because he's like, I'm trying to go straight. I'm trying to do my thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to do all that crap anymore. I
mhm.
got tired of being locked away for all those years because of stupidness. I want to be happy. And then Damon comes walking in. Let me ruin your life.
Yeah.
That's really eloquent of Damon.
That's a very Damon thing to say.
Oh yeah, totally.
Anyway, next week is called The Age of Innocence. Flashbacks to 1863. In an aftermath of a clever plan orchestrated by Lily, Damon sets off on a road trip with Bonnie and Alaric in search of leverage they can use against his mother. Meanwhile, Caroline, who is being held hostage by the heretics, learns some shocking information about Valerie's past, while Stefan learns a few unexpected details about his own past from Lily. Finally, Alaric turns to Bonnie for help after coming clean about a secret he's been keeping.
That he kept the stone. And
Yeah. So there's that. Something about Damon and Valerie. I'm going to assume that Damon was compelled to forget or had his memory wiped in some way, shape, or form to forget. That's why he doesn't recognize Valerie instantly. And, yeah, the road trip is clearly looking for the missing heretic.
But aren't you, when you become a vampire, all of that goes away?
Yes, when you become a vampire, but we're assuming that with things like Klaus and around, especially when they were interacting in time periods like that, originals can use compulsion on vampires.
Well, originals, but heretics are not originals.
They also
Right.
have a different type of magic.
Right, so we don't
True.
know what they're capable of.
I guess, yeah.
So we have to suspend disbelief until we get a solution, an answer.
Mm-hmm.
I think that about does it. You have any final thoughts?
Fist bump.
Ooh. Nikki, where can the people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24. YB and the book 24.
No, we didn't watch Big Hero 6 this weekend. Not at all.
Kim,
No.
where can the people find you?
At HUFFITY PUFFITY. Seems like I didn't mess it up this time. Ooh.
You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
Ooh.
You can also find us and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, Space, and right here on YouTube at /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. Till next week.
Why?
I hate everybody.